Welcome back to Blue Flag Bandits, the series that takes the not-so-great Formula One cars of the last 15 or so years and tries to bring them just a little bit of glory. If you're new around here and you're not entirely sure what I'm talking about, click the link at the top of the video. Go watch the introduction, that'll tell you a little bit about what the aims of this series are and gives you an overview of 2010 in the real world of Formula One, just so you've got a little bit of background for what you're about to see. This is Bahrain, this is round number 1, and you're watching us in practice. And you might, if you're familiar with the circuit, notice a key difference to normal. We come out of turn 4, and then we go into this fiddly little section in the infield. This is the endurance layout, only ever raced once by Formula One in 2010 for the Diamond Jubilee of F1. It wasn't widely liked, wasn't particularly well received by drivers, pundits or fans, and was never seen again, although some of it may have made its way into the 2020 outer loop at the Sakir Grand Prix. But we'll look at that in about 10 seasons' time. In 2010, during the race weekend, we had our traditional 3 practice sessions, qualifying and the race, and in those practice sessions the results were fairly mixed up. Adrian Sutil led the way in the Force India in the first session, and Nico Rosberg took his Mercedes to the top of practice 2. Something you wouldn't really see for the rest of the season out of those teams. But as for Virgin Racing, Timo Glock managed to set a time in the first practice, but Degrassi didn't manage to complete a full lap. And in the third practice session, Timo Glock lost his left front wheel because of an under-torqued airgun. And let's not forget as well, the fuel tanks in the Virgin Racing cars were too small to do a full race distance at maximum attack. So all in all, not the great first few hours of Grand Prix life for Virgin Racing. In qualifying for the Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel took pole position in the Red Bull from the Ferraris of Felipe Massa and Fernando Alonso, while the McLarens and Mercedes drivers also made it the top 10. At the other end of the grid, Timo Glock led the way for the 3 new teams, qualifying 19th, but was some 4 seconds off the Q1 pace, separated from Degrassi by the 2 Lotus cars, and the 2 HRTs brought up the rear of the field. In the race itself, it looked for all the world like Sebastian Vettel would take an easy lights to flag victory until lap 34, when he began to notice issues with the speed of his car, down to a faulty spark plug, cost him a lot of time, and he fell to 4th behind Alonso, Massa and Hamilton, who took the podium places. Although it was a race of fairly high attrition for the modern era, 9 retirements, although Sebastian Buemi's Toro Rosso and Jarno Trulli's Lotus were classified after completing 90% race distance. But those retirements did include both Virgin Racing cars. Degrassi retired on lap 2 and Timo Glock dropped out on lap number 16. Only Heikki Kovalainen finished the race of the 3 new teams, meaning that Lotus led the way of those teams by virtue of finishing the race. What's our aim then, going into this particular race? This is a game that, until the footage that you may have seen in the intro and until the recording of the footage for this race, I haven't picked up in about 15 years. It's handled drastically differently, and the car, obviously, the performance may be, I suppose, a little closer in terms of AI, even with it set to legendary, but still a little bit more to get my head round. We appear to have a bit of a pace advantage on quite a few cars, but only through that really fiddly middle section of the lap, the extended section. We're not fast particularly anywhere else. So I'm going to say, let's try and at least replicate Timo Glock's qualifying position of 19th and lead the new teams home. Maybe we can sneak into Q2, but 19th, I would say, is probably our absolutely conservative estimate.
brakes and tyres are at optimal temperature.
So then, in the garage at Sakhir for the first qualifying session of the season. Nice and clear all the way around, which is good. As you can see, objective 20th or above in terms of race finish. As we know, our objective. See if we can sneak our way into Q2. This car certainly can compete with at least the Lotuses. Maybe the Saubers if we're lucky.
You're currently
15. That would put us into Q2 for sure. Here's the best lap of Q1, and as you can see, it's taken us a few laps to get into some kind of rhythm. We've just hit 15th, which is the best we've done so far in this session. A little wide out of turn 3, heading up to turn 4, but the car feeling fast at this point. Hit the bump, but avoid spinning the car at least. And then it's really just about keeping it on the road through the middle. I've had a lot of speed in this section of track for some unknown reason, so even though we run wide, we still somehow managed to carry a fair amount through it. That put us through to Q2 in modern Formula 1. Has me happy with where we're at the moment, although probably feeling a little bit of pressure being on the bubble. Engine temps went a little hot briefly, but car's still okay, still feeling right.
The optimum temperature zone. Tyres are at optimum temperature.
Going faster, or maybe I should just complete this lap as well. I've got a sneaking suspicion you probably should pass me. Heading down into the final couple of corners, it's been green across the board so far, and we managed to bump the curb and survive.
That's put you up to 10.
Into the top 10.
Row of the grid. Push for the 4th row.
What a lap. Pleased with that.
Great job. We're through to qualifying 2.
And at the end of Q1, we finish 11th, just outside the top 10. Marginally off, getting inside 2 minutes as well. That's a hell of a result. Much better than we expected. Alguersuari, Liuzzi, Kovalainen, Trulli, Degrassi, Senna and Chandok, the ones that will be dropping out after the first session. Onwards to Q2. So we're already exceeding both the in-game expectations and our own. I thought it was going to be a bit tricky to get into Q2, but comfortable in the end. Q3 might actually be the stretch. Into the first flying lap of Q2. This lap actually turned out to be our fastest, even with that little bit of wriggliness in turn 1. Just about keep it all together through the first couple of corners. There was a bit of a kick of oversteer. And past me noticed that I was possibly lucky to survive that one. Got it wrong in Q1. First lap, navigated that well. Certainly better there than we were in the fastest lap of Q1, that's for sure. least the midsection of the lap's been fairly clean now. Headed into a very tricky turn 10. A while to pick up the throttle there, but didn't seem so far. Concentration fairly high, because this car should not be here. If there's any opportunity to take it into Q3, actually in race 1 of the season, I've got to take it. I'm trying to outperform the real life Virgin Racing team, and this is already a good start. Nice to get to within 2 minutes. Oh, and we do! A 59.3. Only 0.8 of a second off the McLaren of Hamilton.
Great job, we're through to the
It
shootout.
doesn't. Just about hanging on to P10. Hulkenberg, Kobayashi, Buemi, Della Rosa, Barrichello, Michael Schumacher and Adrian Sutil.
Good job.
Other ones coming out at Q2. Well, just about hanging on.
Let's fire up the engine.
Here we go for that first flying lap in Q3. Debated whether to actually leave the garage at all. Feel like we might be able to maybe nick a P9 if we get a lap right. And much like in Q2, in Q3 it's the first lap of the session that actually turns out to be our fastest. Again, keeping it neat and tidy through the early part of the lap and into this fiddly middle section. Always worried about wheel spin. We'll all be about trying to keep it clean in the race and avoid spinning. One tyre fire at the moment. Webber moves into provisional pole. I think we're getting nearer 57, but see what we can do on this first lap.
You're up to 9th with that last lap
59.3, we move into 9th. We're just ahead of Vittel Petrov in the running.
5 minutes to go. All of the goals set for you this session. The boss is pretty pleased with you right now.
As Rob the engineer says, we've achieved all our goals.
That's the end of the session. Nice job. We're 9th on the grid.
We've achieved our goals and then some. In qualifying for the first round of the season in Bahrain, P9, 2.222 seconds off pole sitter Mark Webber, who's got Hamilton and Massa for company just behind. As a result, I wasn't expecting. It's now just a case of trying to replicate that in the Grand Prix. After what can only be described as a shock P9 in qualifying in the Virgin race in Bahrain. We start inside the top 10, in amongst cars that, not just in the hands of our teammate in game, but in the real world, are 4-5 seconds a lap quicker. But inside the points from the start. Now, I will expect that we'll maybe struggle to keep up with the guys in front if we don't make moves early on, and I also expect that we're either going to be spending a lot of our time looking backwards or maybe struggling to keep people behind, especially down the long straights that we've got in Bahrain, into turn 1, into turn 14, and even the slightly shorter blast from 10 to 11. But, and stick with me on this one, with pit stops and the fact that we do have that slight speed advantage, weirdly enough, through the fiddly infield section, we're going to set ourselves the lofty target of losing only one place in the race, finishing in P10, and claiming a solitary point on debut for both us and the Virgin Racing team. And saying that out loud, already think I've made a mistake. But sit back, relax. It's time to go racing in Bahrain in 2010. Pray for the little Virgin Racing car. Let's see if we can do it. Alright then. On the grid.
So, your first race. Don't expect to finish at the top of the order, just trying to pick up a few places and get a feel for how the car drives. Good luck, and more importantly, have fun out there.
Away we go. You don't get lights at the start on this game, so it's always quite tough to see what's going on. Petrov immediately passed Schumacher as well. Sutil kind of expected, just with our pace differential, but we can get back past Petrov, back into P9. That'd be a good start. Kamui Kobayashi now the man behind us. Late send on the brakes, but we're through.
Passing move. Good work.
We're actually now up into P7. Felipe Massa leaves the door open. No, he doesn't.
Hamilton's in first place.
Around the outside of the Ferrari there, that's brave. For a minute
Come on, we can outbrake this guy easily.
left a space there. Cost me there as Kubica goes by in the Renault. Certainly shouldn't be fighting up here, but Bahrain not making it easy. They are much faster than me in every right, apart from in that extended section of the track. I seem to just have the measure on them there. Gotta be careful I don't spin the car though. 25 laps is a long time. Not enough time, I think, to make a comeback if I make a mistake. Going into turn 1 again. They're so much faster.
That's it. You've been bumped to 8th.
Again, late on the brakes there. Around the outside at 4. So though, not making it easy, but I'm through. I'm up into P6.
You're in 6th.
turn 11, or what is now modern day turn 11, all wrong, means that Massa's going to be all over me. Got some way off the leaders, 9 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. Again, just going too deep there. My tyres maybe just a little too much too early.
Okay, we lost that position. Put it behind you and keep the pressure on him.
Felipe Massa goes flying by, but again, can we outbrake him? Oh, nearly. Nearly into the back of him. And there's what I was fearing.
There's some gravel on your tyres. Be aware your tyres will have less grip until it's removed.
Too hard to regain my positions or not lose so much off the start. Without fighting what you'd expect us to be. Yeah, see, down near the back here as well. Both Lotuses and De Grassi have both fallen behind the HRTs. They're also falling off the pack.
Nice move. You're up a place. Up to 19th place.
He's past Karun Chandok. Now it's Bruno Senna's turn. And then we've got to try and get onto the back of the field. Immediate adversity in race 1, that's unsurprising, I guess. A few laps until we see some pit stops as Sebastian Buemi's facing the wrong way out of turn 1 and 2. That's a gimme for us. Really spreading out.
Just watch the aggression when you're overtaking. We don't want to lose places because of a penalty.
Get by Barrichello. And onto the back of the other Williams, back up to P16. Still 6 places to get back to the points. They're defending hard. Somebody in the pits, not sure who.
You're going to lose some front end grip. You're sat in his turbulent air.
This time though, unlike with Massa, we get the move right into turn 1. Toro Rosso of Alguersuari,
that's 5 positions up from
another
where we
position
expected
made.
to finish. Fantastic job.
The more we can make before cars have come in, the better. And everything I can to catch up to the Sauber of Dalla Rosa.
Pushing, you can catch the guy ahead.
The tyres now starting to go.
Pit in this lap. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Pitting in this lap, but we're now right with the Sauber.
We're currently 6 places ahead of where we thought we'd finish. You're doing well. Keep it up.
It's Rob. It's another handy position to make. Only a couple off the top 10. Retirement or an AI spin, and we're back in it. Frustrating though, we could be so much further up the field.
Slow for the line and put the limiter on. Brake for the pit box. That stops cost us. Brake earlier for the pit box next time.
A little too hard into the pits.
Not just yet. Don't forget to turn the limiter off. Racing speed. Remember, the tyres won't be at optimal grip until they're warm.
Make the box by Dalla Rosa. He seems to be struggling. Half spin. Keep it pointing in the right direction eventually. Not a place to overtake, I don't think, through the new section. Not fallen too far behind Pedro here, so hopefully we can make a move sooner rather than later and get back off up the road.
You've got him. Get onto the back of his car and pass him on the straight.
There's going to be some comeback if we can. Point on debut after
Hamilton's out in front.
After our little spin. Slower we are, straight line. He's in. Rosa defending.
Driving down the pit lane. He's in this lap.
Get him. There's a line in mixed up. Oh, a big twitch off the curb there. bump and run, but behind the Lotus. Not for long though.
That's pretty good. We're a place above where we expected to be.
With Liuzzi.
Your tyres are at optimal temperature. Try to keep them there.
The Schwari ahead of him, I think, seems to be struggling. There we go. Up the inside of the Force India. He's 16. He tries to come back unless we defend. A little scruffily, but we defend anyway. Tank slapper there. Survive it. Keep going. This is going to be all over me into turn one. Not the best line through there, but we just about survive it, I think. No flag ahead. Ooh, there's lots of carbon fibre here. Yeah, instant.
You've got this
Green
guy.
flag flying again, but is that going to lead to some cars having to head in with damage? Oh, the Schwari goes sideways. I think he's okay, no damage.
We're 3 places above our expected result. Keep it up. Weber's leading the race.
There's Jarno Trulli in the Lotus. Another yellow flag. Again, it goes. I think that's Alguersuari not having a good time further back. Yellow flags in this game not quite as strict, I don't think, as modern day. They appear and disappear immediately. Anyone sat in the pits? Yeah, there is a couple of cars actually.
Suttil is coming into the pit lane. He's entering the pit lane
Brings
now.
up to P12. Trulli now P11. With our aim to get Virgin off the foot of the Constructors' Championship by season's end. Battles on track like this, where we're out of the points and some distance behind them. Very crucial as Trulli goes in and moves us back into P11. Liuzzi went with him as well, so there are guys still pitting this late on. A distance, however, behind Kamui Kobayashi in the Sauber. I feel I've got the pace on Pedro De La Rosa behind, but not quite the pace to catch to Kobayashi, so pointing in the right direction, and we're on for a P11. Only a 2-place drop from where we started, I guess. All of a sudden,
That's 8 places up from our predicted finishing position. You're doing
into
great.
P10,
Keep up the good
Kamui
work.
Kobayashi in late. All of a sudden, we've catapulted this VRO1 into the points. Even with all the issues we've had during this race, it's now just a case of just trying to keep it clean and tidy. It says he runs
Kobayashi 5 seconds behind you.
All over
5
the
seconds.
curbs. That Sauber should be quicker than us. Especially as they'll be on fresh, probably option tyres. Nearly lose it there. Get on the brakes quick enough to arrest the spin. But that is going to bring Kobayashi right up to us. Just got to try my utmost to not overdrive and trying to catch the German.
Hulkenberg's approximately 5 seconds ahead of you.
Ask me where I'm going. The groove in the curb, and that was it. It's going to cost me even more time. Double drift, double spin, and Kobayashi all over the back of us. Not sure we can get away from the Sauber on pace. There he goes. Oh, is that going to have cost us a point? Quickly look back, cut back across his nose and hold the position for now, but right after that we've been tempting fate. To lap 21 or 25. Look how quickly that Sauber catches. And we get away from him and hold on to 10th. And we can claim those first points long before the real life Virgin Racing, Manor, Marussia, whatever team managed to claim them. They were the only one of the 3 new teams to claim points in their lifetime, albeit under many different guises. Clip the curb and nearly lose it. Again, clipping the curb and nearly spinning the car. It's going to put Kobayashi on my gearbox. Yep, 1.2 seconds for the final lap of the race. Really got to be careful with that. It'll be dangerous at somewhere like Monaco or Valencia or Singapore. Here we are, final lap of the 2010 Bahrain Grand Prix. We are P10. Just 1.5 seconds ahead of Kobayashi. Trying to just take it steady. Navigate our way through the first couple of corners. For the bump, then move for the accelerator through turn 4. Nearly 2 seconds now. They're in the throttle or in some of these corners. places I've experienced issues all race. Mark Webber takes the win up ahead. We, however, wrestling our VR01 to possibly P10 and a point. At 2.6, all we got to do is navigate the final corner cleanly. Which we do. Maybe not as high as we thought it was going to be. P10. What a race. What a start.
Great result, mate. That's our first points on the board.
So it's Webber, Vettel, Alonso on the podium, up at the front. Button, Kubica, Hamilton, Michael Schumacher, Vitaly Petrov, Nico Hülkenberg, and ourselves rounding the top 10. Hülkenberg 17th to 9th. Great result for him in the Williams. The rest of the order: Kobayashi, Della Rosa, Massa down in 13th with Rosberg, Barrichello and Sutil. I think they had contact earlier in the race. Buemi, Liuzzi, Alguersuari in 19th. Our teammate De Grassi comes home in 20th ahead of both Lotus and both HRT, who go between Kovalainen, Chandok, Trulli and Senna. Everybody finished in the first race. That's a great start to the season. For us, though, all about that 1 point. The top 10 in the championship is the top 10 as they finished on the road. Mark Webber, the man that takes an early lead. In the constructors, Ferrari. In the constructors, Red Bull take the lead by 23 points from McLaren. Ferrari in third, Renault fourth, Mercedes in fifth, Williams take 2 points and get sixth, and we are seventh of the 12 constructors with our solitary point in Sakhir. Sauber, Force India, Toro Rosso, Lotus and HRT, the ones yet to score. Well, what a race that was. Started P9, qualified much higher than we expected. Made the mistake while fighting Massa for fifth. Could have been a better result. Could have been a hell of a lot worse. But 1 point is exactly what we need to kick this one off. Next up, Albert Park, Australia. Hopefully you'll join us then. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you soon.